Hi, my name is Adrian Patterson. I'm from Nottingham, England, and this is Quackle, my CS50 final project. Initially, I was looking for a project which was going to allow me to create a game of some kind, allow me to engage with the subject matter. In the end, I settled on a wordle clone, which I've now gone and called Quackle. So the idea behind this is that you've got 6 guesses to go and guess a 5-letter word. Now, there's some variation on the standard game that I've gone and added into this, so let me jump into the code and we can get into it. So, I've gone ahead and written a README file, so anyone who's going to have a look at this game, you can go through the README file and it explains everything in detail. The idea behind it is for whatever level of guess you are on when you get it correct, it gives you a score based on that. So if you get it on the first try, it'll give you 60 points, for example, and if you get it on the 6th try, it'll give you 10 points, for example. So, you have an infinite number of rounds. You keep going until you cannot guess the word. And when that happens, it will run an exit routine, which essentially allows it to keep the score of this program and store it in a CSV file where the high scores are actually written. So it keeps track of high scores, it validates the input that goes on, and it's turned out to be a very fun game. So when we go ahead and have a look at the code, you can see that I'm using Colorama over here to go and color various different letters according to whether they're correct position or not. You can see that it runs a main introduction with a lot of different functions in it. The game intros its own function. It generates a word off of a CSV file, which is already a list inside of the project, so words.csv. It will then have a guess check. Now, I've gone and added some things into this game that you probably don't see in other Wordle games, like a hint. So if you are not on your first or second guess, so if it's your third guess, you can start asking for a hint. You have a maximum of 2 hints per round. So what I'm going to do, let's just start this and we'll go ahead and try it. Right, so it gives us an intro to the game here, and it gives us our high scores. And it's also explaining the hint system above in that drop down over there, so we can go ahead and see, for example, put in heart, and it comes up HE is correct. So we've got H and E in the correct location. Now we just need to figure out what the rest of the letters are. What about this? There we go. So we got that correct on the second guess, so that's now a total score of 50 points, and we can now start our second round. Once again, we've got H there. So we need another H letter word. Let's try that. Oh, getting closer. Whoop, still closer. And what about this? There we go. So now our total score is 80. So let's do another one. This time it's not an H word, thank goodness. You guys would think I'm not doing this correctly. Go ahead and... Not quite, but we've made 2 guesses, so let's try a hint. And it's saying that one of the letters in the word is a C. So... Not quite. But when you finally get it wrong, so we'll deliberately go and put in some wrong inputs there, you can see it's going to be looking at the number of characters that you're inputting, and it can't contain any numbers or special characters. So we'll go and put in the wrong thing a couple more times so that we run over. And interesting, we found out at least to B in the beginning. And we'll try this one just to finish it off. Now, when you get to the end of a game, whether we'd typed quit and press enter, or whether we'd run out of guesses like we have done now, it's going to give us our score and it's going to ask for our name. So if I go and put in my name here, for example, it's going to have read that CSV file, realized that there is a score associated with Adrian, which is higher than the score we've just reached, which means that we've done better before and it's not going to record the score. Thank you very much for listening to me waffle about this, and I really hope you enjoy it if you find it on the internet. Bye.